1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. To the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 to your left. 1, 2, and center. Inhale up, palms up. Exhale down. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. To your left. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands in your waist, circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Did we reverse already? Cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, and switch. Switch the arms. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, and stop. Okay, hands and waist. Neck turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, stop. Center. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Tilt to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Rotating. Reverse. And center. Hands up. Inhale. exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Spread your feet, turning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Center. Stretch it out. Switch. 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 Straighten the front knee. Switch. 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 Center. Okay, we'll squat down on one side. Okay, shake it out. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands in the waist, shoulder roll. Reverse. And center. Okay, press, release, exhale, inhale. And stop. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, wrists. Reverse. And center. Okay, palms down. Biggest circle. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, shake it out. Okay, side to sides. Okay, Sana, lift up. Okay, right foot forward, opposite hand down, insert needle. Switch. Okay, shake it out. Gonna do a leg swing. Switch. Okay, Sana. Side to sides. So like this, opposite. Okay, Sana switch. Okay, Sana, shake it out. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Silk grilling. Switch. Okay, center, cross, right leg forward, open and close. Switch. Okay, center, feet parallel, power. Okay, preparation, parallel stance, and shoulder width. Okay, lower hoop, rounding out. Okay, shoulder height. Elbows down. Okay, palms down. Extend, fingertips pointing down. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Okay, diagonal flying. Switch. Center, cloud hands. Sana, palms down. Carry tiger to the mountain. Okay, infinity sign. Okay, form the fists. Okay, palms together, strum the lute. Okay, turn, draw the bow. Okay, fan to the back. Okay, raise the hand. Okay, palms down. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we'll shift around a little. Hey, Jasmine, do you want to work with mine? Okay. All right, so we'll just can close up a little bit, go through the sequence. Okay, ready? Preparation. Press forward, sit back and turn the corner. Right side, grasp the sparrow's tail. Single whip. Hold the ball. Diagonal flying. Shift and step up. Press forward. Press down. Lift up. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stalk flap swings. Toe heel pivot. Brush knee. Second time. And push. Left side. Brush knee, left push. Back to the right side, right push. Strum the lute. Close the door. Form the fist. Punch, divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Okay. Neutral position, fist under elbow. Repulse the monkey. 3 times. Neutral position. Hold the ball, diagonal flying. Sit back. Insert the needle. Step forward. Fan through the back. Turn. Stroke down. Parry and punch. Form the fist. Step up and punch. Divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Carry tiger to the mountain. Lift up. Palms out. Cross the hands. Raise the left hand. Bend from the waist. Stalk flaps wings. Turn toe heel. Left side grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists. hold the ball and reverse. Find neutral, draw down, part the horse's mane, step up, stroke down, part the horse's mane, cross over, Jade Lady work shuttle, cross over, Jade Lady work shuttle. Hook your wrists, single whip. Okay, from here, cloud hands. And we open again, so it's back to center. Hold the ball and reverse. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so we'll go through it again. All right. Ready? Good. So, do you have any question or any section you want to just kind of review? Just Jade Lady Work Shuttle. All right. So basically, if we just did hand movements, we go to neutral, right? So you have a right and left side neutral. Then you have horizontal, and you press. Then you go back to neutral, turn to one side, and then lift up. So it approaches the corner. So this is about where your forehead is. This would be kind of where your sternum is. And then if you were to change the hands, you'd be on the other side. So there's the horizontal, there's the press, turn to this side. So the lead hand, you're just really sort of turning to the open side, and you're here. So that's how the hands move. 1, 2, 3, 4. We just stayed on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the center. Same side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're back to center. Now if you're in the part the horse's mane, you're going to sit back and then you walk toward the corner and you find your left side vertical. You press forward and sit back. Now you turn toward your center and then lift up. And that creates a high position. So when you're here, this is a little bit low, so you have to bring it up and then turn toward that corner and straighten the back leg. You see? So we're here. 1, 2, 3. So you start to lift while you start to go to the upper position. So here's the horizontal, the vertical, the turn, the lift, and the push. Try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We went back to the other side. We'd cross over. We'd switch the hands. You go forward, back, and forward. If we cross over, you go forward, back, and forward. Okay, so that's in the form. Yeah. Yeah, so because you're like this is lined up with the shoulder. This is projecting toward the center line. So the center line, where is it? It's really relative to your body. So if you look at the position, if I have a straight line here, this here, then my torso would be square and would be like that. Now because I'm turning slightly like this, that directs my hand toward the center. Now when my line is here, I have my nose, maybe the index finger or this V, and the knee. See? And your knee. So in the mirror you can maybe see that it looks like that. See, the line is here, this arc is here, but if you don't turn your spine, then it looks like this. But you have to turn your spine in order to get the alignment. So that's the final position where you line up the nose, this index finger or this V as the the vertical line. That's the 3 points of alignment. You have to line those 3 points. So whether you're pushing with two hands or single hand, there's a direction. So this is when you're doing two-handed pushes, because you're in a frontal position like this, it might be slightly skewed a little to the side, but the hands are parallel. and the elbows are in, not like this. Single-handed movements, you're going to go toward the target center line. So when you hold your position like this, and you bring your fingers together, you should be in the triangle on the center line. So these are reference points and skeletal referencing to a direction. Now if I go like this, and I go like this, then the elbow's slightly like this, so that you can have that up and down. So say grasp the sparrow's tail, you would be like this, connected. But because we're pushing off this front hand, then your body would be slightly twisted. So if you look in the mirror, see, instead of like this, then it might be slightly twisted like this. But the torso kind of faces that way. Because the lead hand, if I push with the back hand from the brush knee, then you would have the 3 points of alignment with the knee. This is aligned with the knee as well, but the thing is, you're turning like this slightly. See? So on this side, it would be like this. So when the torso turns, you relax your hip. So when you relax the hip, then the hip joint actually is closing. You see, it's folded here. And it's twisted, because this is twisting like this, right? That creates an inward movement. If I turn like this, that creates inward movement, but it's driven by the body rather than the leg. So like if I was going to make a turn, I would turn this way, and then the hips close here, although my leg is going like this. But this hip is really part of this. So when I turn, this is one unit, this is moving. See, then when I shift, the opposite happens. So it's not obvious, when you're doing it, because you don't see the hips moving, but you can feel the closing and opening of the hip. So when we turn, that's the pivotal parts of the joint movement. So if you're here and you're turning like this, then we're heading in that direction. If I turn in this direction, I'm turning to open it up. And then I go this way, and I'm here. So in part the horse's mane, going into the step, I turn. Now here, I'm stable. My center tailbone is going downward toward the heel of the supporting leg, and I begin to cross. There's your balance point. You step down, and you rock. Right? And then this goes into this position. Now I'm supported here, and now I'm in the vertical. And then I'm in the horizontal. Then I'm in the vertical. Then I'm in this divert position. And then as the hands go up, you gather your strength in the leg and you start to push. Then there's a transition. Now when this becomes the active leg and it starts to push, the front leg becomes the inactive or passive leg, and the weight is shifted into the leg because the front knee begins to fold. But it's not folding because of physical action, it's closing because it's a complementing action where the joints supplement each other. So one becomes physically active, the other becomes passive. So there's the balance in yin and yang. So your shifting of weight, your manipulation of the skeletal structures, that relationship. So that happens throughout the whole body, but it's very difficult to detect it. It all looks the same because you have to experience the feeling of what that feels like. So when my weight is here, you can feel. Now we're thinking of the weight, you feel it in your feet. When you go forward, you feel it as a transition between the hips and the legs. And between the hips and the legs, it goes down to the feet. then it becomes the sole of your foot. It becomes the heel and the toe. Or the ball of the foot is considered the toe. Yeah. So there's a lot of sort of, minute things that are happening in the body to make the transition complete. So then, when we do these, we have structure, we have position. And all these positions are based on the geometric shapes. Now those can be like a block form when you draw these squares or triangles or circles, but you have to blend them. Then there's a continuity at the linkage of the movements, not just the postures, but the linkage of the hands and the leg relationship. When one hand, one leg, turn, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. So all of those are incremental based on, spatialness and angular dimensions in space. So it's not one dimension, it's multi-dimensional. And so it gets pretty complicated. And it's complicated for this, because this has to understand it and learn it and program it and create, the motor neuron connections to musculature and skeleton. So that's tremendous benefit in the long run, but in the short run, it's learning, right? So that's kind of how we have to do it. So everything that we do is tied to sort of the natural phenomena of the body, the skeletal structure, the shapes. You talk about geometry and you talk about architecture. You talk about the arches, the parabolas that they use in the Spanish architecture in the buildings, and that arch creates a cavity, and the structural strength all goes through the legs of those pillars. Well, your body's the same thing. You look at this as an arch between the hip. When you go like this is an arch. This is supported here, then it goes through here, then it's supported there. When we shift, this becomes supported there. But the difference between what something like a structure would do is that that's designed and created by an architect or an engineer. Our body has this structure, but can we discover it through the manipulation of these geometric shapes? That's how we use our body to create actions for defense or offense, because we can create those shapes and positions and movement in space with balance and strength from understanding the body mechanics. So we can constantly change, building, better structures in the body, which is, every part of your body. Appendages, legs, torso, all of this has to become one unit. And that becomes structural integrity that you can feel, because you know that you're balanced and you know that this and that is from there, right? This to this to this is from here. So wherever you go in space, it's going to be the same positions. So I'm here, just hold the ball. The center, right? The center, right? From here to here. Circle. It goes here because that's what muscle memory is. It's built into your. It's actually built into your gene structure, based on some of the science that they talk about. Once you start to build these things, because it evolves into your system, and so it does change your whole body and how it works. So the integration, the body coordination, that was what Eric, Professor Eric from BU, he sent out that thing out. It's called methylation. It has to do with how the gene changes based on resistance. but it probably changes with everything else that involves. Because movement is actually a kind of moving with resistance, but we don't resist. We try not to resist, it just resists because of tension. So then the body learns, and then it learns a better way, so it can go through this process, and it learns and unlearns and learns and unlearns, and then so it evolves and improves until you have this transformation into this sort of like morphing into another being, but actually it's what you're doing to your body. But aging takes away all that. So that's something that we don't understand, because we just take for granted that we just get older. But the thing is, how do you prevent it, right? Movement, motor skill, circulation. You need great circulation in order to bring the nutrients and oxygen to here and throughout the body, and then in your organs. All of this needs, all this nutrients and oxygen to build, strength and stay healthy. Because healthy is really when all those parts are working efficiently, effective way they're supposed to. Where things break down is when one of those are not working correctly, and then everything starts to have to compensate, and then things start to happen. So then the body is the same. You don't move the joints correctly, you don't use the joints, then the circulation in those spaces start to deteriorate. So it's really, I call movement essential to life. So you move. The patterns that we have really it's a functional motion. It has, a purpose. So that's how we learn. So let's go through the long form. And you want to work with minor now? Good. Just in time to go to long form. Okay, so we'll go through. Okay, deep breathing. So that's it. That's the meditative side of it. So we always bow to the altar. So does everyone know who those photos represent? Just as a so the person in the lower and middle is actually our Hung Kung Fu Grandmaster. The person above him was his teacher, and the person above him is the disciple of a hero called Wang Fei Hong. He's the legendary hero. There's a lot of movies made. So he's the creator of that style, our style. And then on this side is Marak-san. He's the grandmaster of the Yithimon system, the Wudong system. And his son is the reigning grandmaster now. And the person below him was my teacher, who's on the far left's uncle. He introduced him to martial arts. The person above my teacher is from the Jingmu Association, which is like the modern Shaolin, and he was a disciple of the Igu class style, and what he supplemented that with the Wu Style Tai Chi. So he learned his Wu Style Tai Chi from disciple of Wu Chuan, the founder of Wu Style Tai Chi. And so they all have their places in our system. The person in the middle and lower half, his son is the reigning grandmaster of that system today. So his son's 10 years older than me. Marak-san's son is 10 years younger than me, and they all had their specialties. So the Marak-san, the person on the right side, he was a physician actually. He didn't teach martial arts as a career, but he taught. And he just passed it on that way. His son's actually, I just found out that he's retired now. He was a civil engineer, and he's also a calligrapher and artist that I didn't know. He's just starting to do all this. He's sending me all these pictures of what he's been doing and writing and drawing. Because calligraphy is an art form as well, right? And then my teacher was actually a Chinese doctor and herbalist. He practiced over here. And the person in the middle and both, they all are bone specialists, because when they do martial arts, all their life, they know a lot about the anatomy. So they supplement their income. They would fix broken bones and sprains and that kind of thing, Yeah, in Hong Kong. Yeah. He was a Chinese medicine and an herbologist. So from the stuff, the natural stuff. He would make herbs using the herbs to heal people. So when he passed away, actually, all his herbs that he had were housed in this big closet that I made for him. It was about 100 drawers filled with herbs. So when he passed away, we didn't have any way to, So all of those herbs were donated to the New England School of Acupuncture. Yeah.
What about the one?
That's his uncle back when he was little, and he introduced him to martial arts. But, so I don't know a lot about him. Then that picture up on the wall there, I say that a lot of martial artists are either artists, calligraphers, or, so that picture was drawn by a Bagua teacher. It was my teacher's, he befriended him over the years. So he is very famous. He was a warrior back in the day. He died at 117. And that photo up there, he drew that, and he gave that to my teacher. It's written to him. Yeah, so. But when you go out later after we bow out, you can see some of the stuff that Marak-san. I'll show you a picture that I was surprised that he did. Anyways, okay, we'll bow. Salute. Yeah. Okay. So mine. So we're going to start the class, another class, the second, about half an hour of that. Okay. Yeah. And then